Hello, I'm Jamie Howell and welcome to Solent Sports News for your 1:30 headlines. The draw for the Champions League quarter-final and semi-final has been completed. The holders, Manchester City, will face the competition's 14-time winners, Real Madrid. Mikel Arteta's Arsenal have been drawn against German champions Bayern Munich, while Barcelona and PSG will battle it out. Atletico Madrid and Borussia Dortmund complete a glittering quarter-final lineup. Benfica take on Marseille in the first quarter-final, while Liverpool face Atalanta. Winners of both ties will face each other in a semi-final at a later date. In the other side of the draw, AC Milan will face AS Roma in the other quarter-final. Bundesliga leaders Bayer Leverkusen take on Conference League holders West Ham, while winners of both ties will face each other in the semi-final. As for the Europa Conference League, Aston Villa will take on French side Lille, but potentially get through to the semi-final and face either Fenerbahce or Olympiacos. Premier League leaders Arsenal will face German champions Bayern Munich in the quarter-final on the Champions League. Mikel Arteta's side will play the first leg at home with an empty away section. Bayern's travelling supporters have been banned by UEFA after throwing fireworks onto the pitch in their last 16 win over Lazio. Former Tottenham captain Harry Kane will make his return to North London since leaving Arsenal's local rivals in the summer of 2023. The competition's holders, Manchester City, are facing Real Madrid for the third consecutive season in the Champions League. The quarter-final first leg will be played at Real Madrid's Santiago Bernabeu on the 9th or 10th of April, before the second leg at Manchester City's Etihad on the 16th or 17th of April. Pep Guardiola's Manchester City are aiming for their second Champions League title in a row. While on the subject of City, Manchester City have submitted plans for a project they believe would make them one of the largest producers of renewable power in world football. In a first for a Premier League club, the plans would see nearly 11,000 solar panels installed at City's training complex and the Joy Stadium, home to their women's and academy teams. Director of Sustainability, Pete Bradshaw, said City would become one of the football's largest producers of self-supplied renewable energy. This weekend, FA Cup quarter-finals take place as teams face one last obstacle from Wembley. Liverpool take on Manchester United. Manchester City face struggling Newcastle. Chelsea face Championship leaders Leicester City, while Coventry City take on Wolverhampton Wanderers. Gareth Southgate's England squad has been announced ahead of the two friendlies against Brazil and Belgium. Brentford striker Ivan Toney returns to the squad, while Anthony Gordon and Jared Branthwaite make their debuts. Arsenal defender Ben White hasn't been called up and said he doesn't want to be considered for selection, said Southgate.
John McDermott had a call from Edu last week to say that Ben didn't want to be considered for England squads at this time. For me, that's a great shame. He's a player I really like. He's a player that we took to a Euros when he was at Brighton.
Galopin Deschamps bids to defend the Cheltenham Gold Cup Friday as the big race marks its 100th anniversary. Deschamps said, "Anytime you win any race at Cheltenham, it's special. To win the Gold Cup on its 100th year would be extra special. We have our own team on their way to Cheltenham Racecourse to cover the Gold Cup. For now, we have a preview from Rhys Barrett."
You don't get much more fast-paced than horse racing, and it's the biggest event of the year today, the Cheltenham Gold Cup. We've started the day in Southampton, and Galopin Deschamps might be the favourite, but as long as we don't run into any hurdles and trip along the way, we're going up to Cheltenham for the full punter's experience. We've got the car, we're heading...
Kamila Valieva, 17, was given a 4-year ban for doping in January. She was banned and given 56 medications, nutritional and dietary supplements, the Court of Arbitration for Sport has revealed. She has been banned for 4 years and will return for the 2028 Olympics in America. England have reviewed footage of their thrashing to France in last year's record defeat, where they lost 53-10 at Twickenham. Red and White's captain Jamie George described last year's defeat as one of the darkest days for England rugby. England look to beat France for the first time away from home since 2016 on Saturday at 8 p.m. Carlos Alcaraz is known for his sharp edge and impressive sting in his shots. However, the tennis star has had the roles reversed at the Indian Wells. A swarm of bees has interfered with the play earlier this morning and caused a stoppage in the match. After an hour and 40 minutes, play resumed, and Alcaraz has since won the match 2-0 and will face in-form Josik Sinner in the next round. The Ride London Classique is a 3-day cycling event that takes place between the 24th and 26th of May. British rider Lizzie Deignan is aiming to reach top of the podium for the first time this year. Having won in every year from 2015 to 2022, she has said that this year is going to be so much harder than any other, but she is more confident than ever. And a golfer who knows how to deliver, Joe Dean finished second in the Kenyan Open and walked away with £170,000. However, the win hasn't went to his head after the 29-year-old has returned to work at Morrison's as a delivery driver. In the NBA, and Boston Celtics beat the Phoenix Suns 127-112 to extend their winning run to 4 games. Jaylen Brown shined for the Celtics, scoring 37 points. Victory at home edged the Celtics closer to securing the NBA Eastern Conference's top seeding for the playoffs. And that is all from us now. Join back at 3:30 to find out who your team is going to face next in the Conference League. But follow us all over on solentsportsnews.com for more stories, and see you at 3:30.